こんにちは、川田美穂子です。お元気ですか？ How are you today? A sense of inferiority can disappear in a small way, or it can be an opportunity to develop your own individuality. I have learned this from my experiences. Once I understood this, my way of thinking became more positive, and it's much easier to create various fun goals. So this time, I'd like to talk about the theme of turning inferiority complexes into opportunities. Looking back on my life, my teenage days and early 20s were the times when I was least confident about myself. I had a big face with lots of acne, and I didn't feel pretty at all. I wanted to be as beautiful as possible, so I began to take care of my skin and my clothes. But what I tried to do most was to make my face look brighter. I had admired people who always had a happy atmosphere in their expressions. Facial expressions are linked to the mind, and to become so, it's also necessary to always think and act in a happy way. Normally, a happy face is a result of a happy heart, but I think it's also possible if you try to make a happy face, your heart will be happy as well. I have checked in the mirrors and photos whether I have a happy expression on my face. As I lived my life with this in mind, my inferiority complex about my looks disappeared before I knew it. Last year, while traveling alone in France, I had my credit card stolen and went to the local police station to file for theft. A female police officer was present to interpret my story to the officer in charge. During 1 hour-long discussion, the interpreter often said to me, "Your life must be happy," she added. "You are always smiling." I lost my card, but her words are good memories. Next is my actual experience where my inferiority complex became an opportunity. I had a strong inferiority complex in English pronunciation. I learned English from Japanese teachers in the public junior and senior high schools. When I took classes with native English speakers in college, I was faced with the reality that my pronunciation was so different from the beautiful pronunciation of many of my classmates who had come from the private mission schools. I realized learning English from native speakers as a child makes it easy to make their pronunciation like a native. I developed a strong inferiority complex about my pronunciation. Many years later, I established a cultural exchange organization. I decided to hold a seminar on introducing Japanese culture in English, but the problem was my English pronunciation. I was afraid if I gave a performance with lots of English explanation to introduce origami, folktales, haiku, and other Japanese culture, my poor pronunciation would stand out, and the attendees would complain my pronunciation was too terrible. So, over a period of several months, I underwent training at pronunciation clinics, but I didn't get the results I wanted. When I realized my pronunciation would not improve with efforts, I decided to make the seminar a feature of my instruction on how to introduce Japanese culture in appealing ways. For example, I demonstrated folk tales by making picture story shows with various devices and many conversations between characters. Thinking of ways to do things with ideas stimulated my curiosity and made me feel like I was playing. My poor pronunciation was a chance to discover I love being creative. At that time, many newspapers praised my seminars, and the emphasis was on teaching people how to make introducing Japanese culture enjoyable. Although I was unable to continue working to care for my mother at home, now I'm creating YouTube videos to share about a variety of Japanese culture in English. I never get tired of thinking about what to introduce and how to do it. If I didn't have a strong inferiority complex about my English pronunciation, I would not spend my days the way I do now. I believe it's possible to use the inferiority complex as the opportunity to become a new person. Just thinking about various ways to change yourself will make your mind more positive. I hope you find my story helpful. See you soon. ごきげんよう。